I'm gonna show you something because it goes to the story.
Okay. All right.
Joining us now from his home to talk about the experience of being a host of a tiny house in Oakland is Ansel Troy. Good morning, Ansel. How are you doing?
And Ansel Troy, AirBNB's super host of Tiny Home in Oakland, California, is here to share how being a host with AirBNB can help you make some extra dollars. Ansel Troy, good morning. Welcome to Inside South Florida. How are you, man? Ansel Troy, put that in lights somewhere, man.
Joining us now is Ansel Troy, and he is an AirBNB super host of a tiny house in Oakland. Good morning to you, Ansel. Well, joining us now to talk about his experience being the host of a tiny house in Oakland is Ansel Troy. Thanks so much for waking up with us.
And here to discuss why hosting your home could be a viable option is the host of a tiny house in Oakland, Ansel Troy.
You came through. People be playing. They say, "Hey, I want to come by."
Oh, I'm here.
And you were serious.
I'm here. So
Okay.
anyway, guys, this is Kelly from Hills Deals and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and I have my new buddy here, and I call him my new buddy because he's going to make me some money, Mr. Ansel Troy. And so Ansel is in the tiny home business out here in Oakland, California. That's what makes you rare because I don't think nobody is doing this in the inner city.
No.
So, Ansel, tell everybody how you discovered it, how you started it,
Okay.
how you did it.
So I was looking at tiny houses, and I didn't think that I would be able to get one because I thought the city was going to shut me down. I'm also thinking about money. Where am I going to put it? I need to do a concrete slab. How am I going to pay for this stuff? How am I going to get it into my property? Who am I going to pay to make a fence? But I also knew that it was affordable. And so I was afraid because I'm like, I ain't got no $33,000 to waste where they come and shut me down and now I can't use it. I'm not going to ask for permission. I'm going to ask for forgiveness. That's how we going to do this. That you came through. People be playing. They say, "Hey, I want to come by."
Oh, I'm here.
And you were serious.
I'm here. So
Okay.
anyway, guys, this is Kelly from Hills Deals and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and I have my new buddy here, and I call him my new buddy because he's going to make me some money, Mr. Ansel Troy. And so Ansel is in the tiny home business out here in Oakland, California. That's what makes you rare because I don't think nobody is doing this in the inner city.
No.
So, Ansel, tell everybody how you discovered it, how you started it,
Okay.
how you did it.
So I was looking at tiny houses, and I didn't think that I would be able to get one because I thought the city was going to shut me down. I'm also thinking about money. Where am I going to put it? I need to do a concrete slab. How am I going to pay for this stuff? How am I going to get it into my property? Who am I going to pay to make a fence? But I also knew that it was affordable. And so I was afraid because I'm like, I ain't got no $33,000 to waste where they come and shut me down and now I can't use it. I'm not going to ask for permission. I'm going to ask for forgiveness. That's how we going to do this. If they shut me down, they shut me down. So I went out and got it, and this was after I said I'm going to do my own work. I paid somebody to lay the concrete slab because this was all dirt, what we on right now. This was all dirt, my front yard, my backyard. I had to pay to put a concrete slab down so that I have more usable space. Now, and then once I got it, I mean, it's, this is the easiest business, rental income. I mean, it's very passive. If nothing needs to be fixed, you just go and get you a tenant, a renter, a guest, and collect the money.
I don't own a home here in California, but I'm thinking about if you go in partnership with somebody who does have a home here, you buy the home, they got the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That might be a win-win situation too.
That is something that's a possibility. I mean, even my next door neighbor, they own the house. They don't live there, but they just turned their garage into a studio. And I was talking to them, a retired couple, and he's doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Brother looked about 70 years old, but he worked in construction. So they were like, we ain't got money to be paying people, but he did it real nice. And they were thinking about Airbnb, because they said that they only want to get $1,200 for the studio that they just built behind their house. And I'm thinking to myself, you can get $3,000. You put it on Airbnb, but they don't know anything about that. Now I was thinking like, okay, I can manage their space, but my personality is that I'm not trying to create more work for myself. I like to do the front end, lay the foundation, build it, and then I want to collect that check. Partnering up, I like to do things my way.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my situation where I don't own a home out here, but somebody needs some extra money. I can get the home.
Yes.
The tiny home, and they'll have.
It would be mutually beneficial.
So I'm gonna ask you two questions. Tell us something that's really bad about being in this business. Give us a pro.
When you say this business,
and a con. The tiny home business in the Airbnb business.
Okay.
Give us a good pro and a good con.
Okay, so I would say the Airbnb business, because I wouldn't say I'm in the tiny house business, but I am thinking about building them myself. I would say the Airbnb business or the short-term rental business. How about that? Because some people are on multiple platforms. They're on Booking.com. They're on VRBO.com. They're on Airbnb. They're on multiple platforms to get their guests. I'm only on Airbnb. Okay. So you don't want to give a company the ability, to cut your water off. Somebody comes into this place and they lie and say there's a camera in there, then I'm shut down until they investigate. Okay. There's a huge risk when this company has the control to shut you down based off of somebody lying. Now that's never happened to me, but I am deep into the Airbnb community, and I know people that have had that experience where they're like, they just canceled. She had 3 Airbnbs. A neighbor complained about the noise in one Airbnb. A neighbor. So Airbnb shuts her account down, cancels all of the reservations in this house, and then the 2 houses that ain't got nothing to do with that one because it's the same account, they canceled all those reservations too.
That's terrible.
And she can't even communicate with the people that are currently staying in those places because they shut down her account. You don't want to put yourself in a position where they have the ability to impact your business. And I would say that is one of the challenges or issues that things that can be an issue with the Airbnb business, with the short-term rental business. Obviously, okay, somebody can say, you know what, I'm done with that. I'm just going to do long-term tenants. Well, now we're talking, instead of $3,000 to $4,000 a month, now we're talking maybe $1,400 to $1,600 a month.
Right.
That's a big difference.
Right.
If you take things personal and this is your property, it's something that you built, and you don't have the emotional intelligence to say, all right, I'm not going to clap back. I'm just going to be professional. You could hurt your business if you're responding. I've only gotten I could say I've only gotten 1 negative review in close to 5 years, where she just was like, do not come here,
Well, I looked at your reviews, and it must have been 5 years ago. I'm serious, y'all. I did the scroll, and I didn't see anything negative. So that's a good thing.
That is a skill in and of itself. I take pride in my business. I take pride in my community. I take pride in providing a safe space. I take pride in my hospitality, So you knowing that you're dealing with the public, that you can't please everybody, you shouldn't try to please everybody. Some people are not going to understand that.
So would you say your pro is that your overhead is low, or is that
It's very low,
okay.
very low.
And I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Where do you see yourself like 5 years from now in this business?
You think you know the answer?
I know part of the answer. You're trying to educate people.
Well, yeah, 5 years from now, I would say that I would probably be when I say educated, it might be a book, it might be a course. I may still be in the space. I'll probably, you know what? Let me just put it out there. You're gonna see me on Netflix. It's in some point between now and these 5 years, somebody is going to say, you know what? We need to do a show and bring him on. Fell into this. I look like I know what I'm doing because I know how to build stuff now.
So if I get some overalls, then I'm gonna be. That's step one.
And I look like I know what today I can build a house from the ground up. Wow, I've taught myself. I can build a house from the ground up. Amazing. So now it's okay. What can I build that's gonna shock the world? We're talking about generational wealth. As a black man who comes from from humble beginnings, and I'm still humble. We're still trying to build this nest egg. There's something to pass down. I want to be in a space 5 years from now where I can sit at the table on a larger platform and talk about the fact that there's a lot of people that look like they're doing well, but the reality is they're struggling to stay afloat. But they make it look really good. I'm not famous. I ain't trying to be famous, but I do think that there needs to be this conversation about how you can be, comfortable, financially stable, and still drive that Toyota.
So Ansel, introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, my name is Ansel Troy. I'm from Oakland, California, East Oakland to be specific. I'm a house hacker, AirBNB host, tiny house expert, enthusiast, and this is my home. My business is in my backyard. I used to be a probation officer. I left in 2021. Left a lot of money on the table, but that's all right because if you haven't seen me, Google me. I've been in Architectural Digest, the New York Times, Business Insider, USA Today, Travel and Leisure, and a bunch of news stations. So that was all after leaving probation. They heard about me and they wanted to talk. So, but I'm happy to be here with Kelly.
Thank you so much. And I'm happy to be here too. This is amazing. So how do you get these skills to, renovate? Are you doing this yourself?
YouTube. I learned everything on YouTube.
Okay.
Them solar panels on the front of my house. I learned YouTube. I saved $17,000, put on a hard hat, had a 18-wheeler come and deliver all of the stuff. I figured out how to do the plans and got the permits and everything. And got up there and started drilling in my roof. Was scared as hell, but yeah, once I realized that I've been in school a long time, undergrad, grad school. I told myself, if I can write a 30-page paper, I can learn how to build a house.
All right.
So this is the project that I'm currently working on.
Okay.
Right? You want to get a peek in here?
Oh yeah.
Come on. Project that I'm currently working on, which was a garage that I'm converting. It was converted into a studio, but when my tenant moved, I decided that I was going to gut it and turn it into something real, real nice, so that it doesn't feel like a garage. It's going to be like a greenhouse. So I put this glass door in, and it's a mess in here, but we getting there. Put this glass door in so you can get all the natural light. I bought a bunch of plants and this big ass TV. Okay. So it's going to be like a theater / spa in here. I should be done in a couple weeks. All black, lots of plants, big theater, screen, open layout, shower. The black tub is going to be like the centerpiece. And yeah, this is something that I'm working on right now. And I probably will easily make $4,000 to $5,000 a month off of this space. So that's what we got working on going on right now. Look at this tiny house. This is a 25-foot tiny house. It cost me $33,000. 25 feet long, 8 feet wide, and it's on wheels, sitting on jacks, so it doesn't stay on the wheels. It's sitting on 4 of these jacks. You can see this one right here. 4 jacks that it sits up on, and we got an Airbnb guest checking in today, so we got to take our shoes off when we come inside because I don't want to mop the floor again. Come up here.
I thought you said we gotta take our shoes off.
Well, I don't want you to walk up there, and get your socks all dirty.
I ain't got no socks on. I ain't got no socks on.
From Detroit. What is that? 313?
313. Detroit. All right. Good. We got the shoes off now.
All right.
Oh, so, this is beautiful.
So let me turn the light on. Even though we got a little bit of natural light, I put a lot of art in here. That's my favorite, the Nina Simone, and it's all from most of the same artist. It's centered in black art, black culture, because I just felt like that. If you don't like to look at black people, I don't want your money. You know, I love looking at the artwork, and I wasn't worried about who was going to be put off by us. You know, I'm not worried about who don't like what I got. So we got a little bit of storage under here. This is just a storage space, and there's a power. All the fuses are in there. That's the fuse panel. And there's some closet space in here.
Okay.
So for those that have never been in a tiny house, it's just a smaller house. That's all it is. You can do anything you can do in a traditional house, you can do it in a tiny house. Some shelving here. I put my towels in here. Some feminine hygiene products, some extra sheets. Usually put an extra blanket in there. And I don't want to take up all the space because my guests may want to put their stuff on the shelves. This is a big old full-size refrigerator that most people wouldn't put a full-size refrigerator in. And I bought this house, it was already owned, so this is what she had in here. And if I wanted to, I could get a smaller refrigerator, put it underneath the sink or something, and then put a stackable washer and dryer. Right. Mm-hmm. 4-burner stove. Right here, powered by electricity and propane. Little coffee bar here. You know, standard Airbnb stuff. Now, this is the bathroom. You can go in there, look around. Mm-hmm. Just a shower.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Regular toilet that's hooked up to the city sewer. Mm-hmm. And I say, if you're like 6'4" would probably be the max for somebody to be comfortable. If you're 6'4", anything above that is going to be real tight.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
In terms of the shower and maneuvering and getting around. So that's that. Let me take you upstairs. It's a low ceiling. Turn that light on, and this is the loft area, where...
Is this where the magic happens? Is this what they say? Not a whole lot of magic, just a little bit of magic. It's very nice, though.
Hey.
Very nice.
I put a lot of mirrors up, make the space feel a little bigger. It was a hip-hop themed space. I got records, a bunch of records. And if you're seated, you're good, but you can't stand up here. So if somebody's got bad knees or whatever, they don't want to, be maneuvering. This type of tiny house wouldn't be for them.
Okay. So, Ansel, I got a question. So, who would rent out something like this?
For like my Airbnb guest? What type of
guest? What type of guest? Somebody interested in the business? Or
my typical travelers, when you think about a hotel room, a basic hotel room, what do you have? You have a bed, you got a TV, might have a place to sit, maybe. May have a microwave. That's just the basics. And it goes up from there. So in terms of, like, my travelers are I usually do 2-night stays. Every now and then I'll get somebody that's here for 6 nights, 4 nights. And then every now and then I may get a 4-week stay, right? But my price is so high that it's very expensive if you're going to stay here for all that time. So most of my travelers are coming to visit the Bay Area, and they want to experience a tiny house, or they already experienced a tiny house and they want to experience that, or they want to experience all of this artwork. They want to come in and take pictures for Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. I get TikTok influencers hitting me up trying to stay for free, and they don't realize that my businesses come from Airbnb. I don't get business from TikTok or Instagram. So it's got to be it's got to be mutually beneficial. If I'm gonna have them in here, they won't. I'll make a video if you let me stay for 4 days. I don't need your video. But the majority of my guests is typically, I don't get a lot of seniors. And I make it clear that the stairs are steep, but it's typically, 20s to mid 40s, people coming for a couple days. And the number one factor in determining where people are going to stay for most people is price. Whether you're looking for airline tickets, for those that don't fly first class, I fly first class. For those that don't care about that stuff, they're looking for the best price. For the best price near the location that they want to be. So if the price is right, I may even host somebody that would not be looking for a tiny house. They're on Airbnb, and if I show up number one and they see I got good reviews and they're like, oh, let me try this out. But if you're a family, a larger party, you're not going to book this place. It's not even going to show up in the search results, because if you say I got 4 people, I can only accommodate 2, so you won't even see my space in the search results. But most of my people are just coming for the experience, or the price is right and it's in the right location, so they get a little bit more. I try to over deliver. I want people to come in here and leave feeling like, wow, I didn't get that at the Four Seasons. I used to have a whiskey bar. I always have snacks and beverages, like really good stuff that I get from Costco. I want to wow them.
I'm wild.
I want them to feel like they got what they paid for, or a little bit more. I come from, my family is, welcome. Are you hungry? Did you eat yet? So I want people to feel like they're at home, because they're at my home on my property, and it's just the type of hospitality that I want to deliver. Even though sometimes I don't feel like being bothered with people, so sometimes I block off my calendar. But I do want people to feel like, if you are spending your hard-earned money on my business, I'm gonna take care of you, because you didn't have to come here. And there's thousands of Airbnbs in Oakland, in the Bay Area. You could have went anywhere, but you came here, so I'm gonna take care of you.
But Ansel, let's keep it real. There ain't no thousands of situations like this. This is unique.
It is.
This is unique.
It is, and so unique that, one of the things that I talk about is the fact that I'm on a main busy street we have motorcycle clubs in the area. They come through, muscle cars. It can be noisy. My neighbors got dogs. They got roosters. So I'm telling people initially, like, hey, welcome to my community. These are the things that you need to know. You may not even be, you may not want to stay here simply because it's a little noisy. So although it is unique, there's just some people who may feel like, I will try it another time because Oakland has a bad reputation, or I don't want to hear that rooster in the morning, or I don't know if the tiny house has a real shower. Some people ask me, how do you hook it up? Is it a real shower? Is it real hot water? Like, they don't really understand what a tiny house is, which is essentially just a smaller home. It doesn't even have to be on wheels, right? Some people, I'm turning my garage into a tiny house. You know what I mean? It's a studio, whatever. So the definition of tiny home is real fluid. But this is the one that people see on TV. This is what people generally think of when they think of tiny houses. The one on wheel that looks like a trailer that's smaller and it's not on the foundation. So,
So Ansel, let's talk about the money back again. So this one set you back how much?
This one was $33,000.
Okay.
And let's get out of here.
Okay, we gonna go back down, guys.
This one was $33,000. Okay. Are we done in here?
Yeah, I think we're done.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take you in the other one.
So guys, this is Kelly from Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and we're talking to my man here, Ansel Troy, Mr. Troy. Like I said, he's like a local celebrity concerning, seriously, you are. And I got his contact information from my man, L.A., and me and L.A. actually went to a tiny home convention. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. I go around to the other one. Back here. This was $33,000, you asked me.
$33,000.
I bought it with a HELOC. I took some money out of my house, and then my payment was like $300 a month. So if you think about it in terms of if I'm making $3,000 a month easily off of this, and it's only costing me $300, and in a couple hours of cleaning and laundry, talk about ROI. You know, it's enough money for a married couple for somebody to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay home. Or I'm gonna work part-time. It's if I were married, one of us could just manage this, and then the other one, if they wanted to, could go out and work. So that was $33,000, and went on Harley Davidson's.
Oh yeah.
See, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
This is the one that got all the press. The newest one.
All right.
Smaller, 18 feet by 7.5. Lots of natural light glass. And backed it up. You know, so it's on a trailer, so people need to know that this is a trailer with the license plate that I need to register every 5 years for about $35. This is considered a trailer. Whatever is on top of the trailer, the state, they don't care. It's a trailer. So it's not considered real estate. It's just considered personal property. It's simply a trailer. And the rules for Oakland are that it has to be a certain number of feet away from the property line. I believe 6 feet or 4 feet setback. I don't even know if I'm within the but we ain't tripping over here. That's the last thing on our mind. I love our neighbors. And the same with the other one. It's on jacks, so it's not on the wheels. It's up on the jacks. Okay.
But don't worry about it, because I'm...
Yeah, this lock connected to Wi-Fi. It notifies me whenever somebody unlocks the door, whenever they lock it. So not only do I know when people are coming because I have cameras that are connected to Wi-Fi to the app, I also know I can just look at my phone to see when somebody checked in, when they checked out, just by the timestamps from this lock. So when my guests come, I send them all of the information through the AirBNB platform, and then I also send there's videos of YouTube playlists, unlisted YouTube playlists for all of the instructions on how to do everything. So yeah.
Okay.
So for the guests that's checking in back there, yeah, they already have all those. You ever use Airbnb?
No.
You've never?
No. See, our mobile homes are in a park.
No, I'm talking about you.
No, never.
You have never used Airbnb. Why not?
In the area that we own 2 single family houses?
No, I'm just saying. Have you traveled anywhere?
No.
You just
Never have.
scared or not? You just haven't
No,
used the hotel?
I'm just used to hotel, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's you should try it. And this one's a little different.
Okay.
Let's come on in. You can keep your shoes on because I still got to finish cleaning in here.
Okay.
Let me move this out the way. Now.
So we entered this one right into the bathroom.
So.
Or is there another way to get in here?
There is to come from the out. This is the only way to get in from the outside.
Gotcha.
I do have a double door.
Okay.
But it only opens from the inside.
Gotcha.
So this is the newest one. I had a guest check out this morning. Just started cleaning, and this is the one that got all the media attention. What's special about this one, and that the game changer for a lot of people who are thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do plumbing? I have a $5,000 incinerator toilet. Now I'm giving y'all some real game.
Okay.
This is the game changer. I should be charging for this.
All right.
This is a $5,000 toilet.
Oh wow.
And the way it works is, we can talk about that later. But if you think about cremation, how my whole body can be turned into dust and put into an urn, it's the same thing with urine and feces. It can be turned into dust. And so that's what this does. It turns it into dust.
Okay.
Powered by propane and electricity, a little bit of electricity and propane. So now you don't have to worry about sewer. You don't have to worry about a permit. You can put this anywhere because everything is turned into dust, and you can use it 100 times before you have to dump it out. It's just ashes. It is simply ashes. It is amazing. I pull this out. That's just burnt up toilet paper and whatever else, and you just dump it out. No smell, anything like that.
It won't clog or anything
Nothing.
like that.
It flushes. Let me show you. So let me press this button. So what happens is, the way this works, you put one of these in here, and let me put this in here, and this is holding on to everything that drops down in there. So you do your business, and then when you press the button, you close it up, you press this button, and what happens is that it opens it up and it drops. So what happens is,
I got you. That thing opens
this
up.
thing opens up and everything drops down. Gravity. It drops down, and then when you're done, that's what you got. You put another one of these down. You can use it 4 times back to back to back. So people get in here and they all got to go. One person go, flush. Another one put it in, go 4 times back to back to back, and then it starts to burn it. It takes 45 minutes per cycle. So every time somebody uses it, it adds another 45 minutes onto the cycle.
Now, what if you forget the little doily thing? What if you get put that
if you forget, then it's gonna be a whole bunch of number 1 and number 2 smeared all over this.
I got you.
And it ain't gonna go nowhere.
Gotcha.
It's just gonna be stuck to the side, and you're gonna be like, "What did I just do wrong?"
Right.
And you're gonna have to clean that up.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
but what I do is I send out video instructions. I send out video instructions of all of the features in this tiny house, because I got a lot of unique features. I send out video instructions before people get here the day prior, so you can watch the video. I even have this message right here that shows how much it costs, and says, please watch the entire 2-minute video before using this toilet, because I want them to know that this is how serious I am about it. You need to watch this video so that
It's an expensive item.
Exactly.
Right.
Like just watch the video. It's easy to use, and it's not that complicated. So this is the game changer for a lot of people. It's very expensive, but when you think about it's a business expense, number 1. Number 2, it changes the game in terms of, I don't have to worry about where people are going to use the bathroom and where it's going to go. I've eliminated that. So that's
well,
that.
let's get to the shower curtain, because I'm seeing some amazing stuff.
So I wasn't going to put a shower in here because I didn't think, how was I going to keep this? I wanted this to be the highlight of this propagation station setup. That I was inspired by a brother named Hilton Carter. He's like a plant influencer. And I was just going to say, you know what, it's going to be a tub. And I'm like, you know what, that ain't going to work. People need to shower. even if you're just taking a bath, you shower before or after. So I found these shower curtains on Amazon that pull down, and this way, and there's two of them. This way, it prevents the water from coming out, from coming out of the shower, and then also, if you want to do a photo shoot, you don't have this big shower curtain in the way messing up your pictures. So they're out of the way in the top. You can do your photo shoot and get these plants and everything without a traditional shower curtain hanging somewhere. So I got these on Amazon, and I usually have to replace them, once a year, because they can get the little design on them kind of wears. So that's that. And then we have this is a refrigerator. This one came with it when I bought it, and to my surprise, this is a $2,000 refrigerator. Now why? I don't know, but it has an ice maker. And a couple shelves. I still don't know why it's so expensive, but it came with the tiny house. This is a repurposed stove. It doesn't function
beautiful,
as a stove.
Oh
my
wow!
Silverware. My coffee creamer and all that stuff. And then we have a couple glasses, some paper towels. I put snacks in here. So it's repurposed for the decor. This came with the tiny house as well. And then I got a water kettle, an electric water kettle, and it just adds to the decor. Now,
so Ansel, there's no way to cook here at all.
Oh yes, yes. Not here.
Okay.
Well, I found something else on Amazon. Get on Amazon.
Okay.
This is a induction cooktop, and it boils water faster than a traditional stove. You just have to have the right type of pots. You just put it on, and you plugged up. But it's electric induction, and this is where people can cook if they want to. On this, and it slides right underneath. One thing about these tiny houses, you have to be mindful of space. If I were to do this all over again, I would have got a kitchenette that had the refrigerator built in and had the cooktop built in, and so everything is all one unit. They sell those at appliance places. You can get a kitchenette with everything: the sink, the storage, the refrigerator. It's all in one. And then I would have been able to free up this space for more storage space for luggage. But I'm not gonna redo this because it doesn't make sense to change it. It's not gonna make me more money if I get rid of this and have a traditional kitchenette. Let me see what else. So yeah, we got books. And let me let you get over here, and one of the things about this one is that all of this natural glass, and I'm probably gonna sell this tiny house because we're on Front Street and it's in the middle on the front of my property. You really can't enjoy all the natural glass because you don't have privacy, right? And so what I do have is top down, bottom up blinds. So for people that want to get some natural light, you can get some natural light while still maintaining
your privacy. Yeah. Gotcha.
Top down, bottom up. So you can still get that natural light. But if this tiny house was on like some water or in a rural area where everything was up, it would just have a completely different feel, and it would also make more money. Or even on top of a hill with a view of the Bay Area with all of this glass. That's kind of why I want to sell it, because I know somebody with land they can make a lot of money off of this in the right location. But it ain't stopping. It's not stopping me from getting bookings. People still like it. It's getting a lot of. It's what connected me with you because of the Business Insider article. I don't know if you saw my article.
Oh yes.
Before I was on the podcast.
Oh no, I didn't see your article.
Okay, so that's how I connected with him.
Okay.
That's how he found me. So yeah, again, black art. Do you know who this is?
Is that no? Well, they got a beard. I was gonna say somebody else. I was gonna say a female. I seen the Rollers.
That's Big Word from Friday. You seen Friday, right?
Yeah, that's not one of my best movies I like to watch.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
That's Big Word.
Okay.
Smokey, where my money at?
Okay. All right.
So you're probably wondering, where do people sleep?
I was wondering that outside. I'm like, okay, I don't see the bed, but now I see it on top.
So this one is very steep.
Okay.
And we both can't go up at the same time.
Okay.
So if you watch your step, it's handles.
Okay.
I don't want you to sue me.
How much I get if I say
nothing? I ain't got no money.
Well, I ain't gonna fall.
I ain't got no money.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Yeah, very nice.
So, much smaller than the other one. We talked about tiny house, but it's enough. It's enough space for people. People spend. This one costs more than the other one, depending on the season. I've had people book this place for $250 a night.
Okay.
$250.
And why is this one costing any more than the other one?
Because of I think it's the bathtub. I get a lot of couples. They see the bathtub. They see the plants. They just have to come here. They want to get that experience. It could also be this canoe. I found this canoe handmade on Etsy. Put these plants inside of it. People really want to come here for that experience. So I think that they're both nice, but for some reason, more probably the tub and the natural and all of the natural light, I can get more per night for this one than the other one that's bigger with a few more amenities. Because people want that experience. They're willing to pay for the experience.
So between both of the tiny homes, how much were you out of pocket about?
This one was $35,000. The other one was $33,000. So what is that? $68,000. Yeah,
and per month they're pulling in about how much?
So I would say it depends on how hard I want to work. Okay. So I don't do one night reservations because it brings in a different. It just brings in a different demographic. And when I say demographic, I mean people that may not necessarily want the experience. They just want a place to stay for a night. They don't want to, you typically get people that are looking for a place to crash. So they might pay a little extra and be like, oh, that looks cool, right? Then they come here and then they leave and then they talk bad about the neighborhood. Because they didn't really want to be here. They just wanted to come for that one night. And it's, oh, that looks really cool. So I like to set my minimum at 2 nights per guest, 2 nights per reservation, and so to answer your question, between $6,000 and $7,500 a month. And that's not me working hard because I'll look at my calendar. Like, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this space is not booked. Now, if I opened it up for one night reservations, then they would all get snatched up. But now I got to clean this place 3 days in a row. And now I got to work. And so, although I am a blue-collar person, I like to work with my hands. I don't really like to work all the time, And, if I were to have it, if I wanted to be booked 30 days out of the month, now we're talking, closer to $8,000 and $9,000 a month. But you working every day, like you cleaning 2 tiny. So let's say 4 hours of work. You add in laundry. So now I might be working, instead of working 8 hours a week, now I'm working, 15 or 20 hours a week. But I can still bring in, and we're just talking off two tiny house, about $8,000 to $9,000 a month. And if you add in the other one, now we're talking, closer to $12,000 a month out the backyard, depending on how hard you want to work. I don't want to work that hard. So it's easy to get $6,000 to $7,000 without filling up your calendar. Off of this $68,000 investment. That's a great return.
It is a great return.
Great return.
Would it be safe to say, I don't know how long you've had both of the houses, would it be safe to say that they're both paid for? And
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to assume.
Absolutely.
I didn't want to assume, but this is amazing.
Yeah, and at the time I was working full time when I bought them both, so this was just extra. I actually, my son was diagnosed with autism. That's another part of the story, and his mother was stressed out about it, and I'm just like, he gonna be fine. It's my boy, as long as if I got anything to do it, I ain't worried about it. But she left her job and was stressed out. And I said, well, you could just manage the tiny houses and keep that money. Like, I don't really, I'm working full time as a manager to supervisor at the probation department. So, and mind you, I got this $1,600 mortgage. So I was saving $6,000-7,000 a month, just putting it away. So I said, hey, if you want to clean these tiny houses, you can have all that money. So she hasn't gone back to work since. She just helps me with this whenever I need her help. And I tell her my vision for this tiny house thing is bigger than necessary than hosting guests. Now we need to get into that education space where we start teaching people and create courses. You know all about that.
You looking at your first student. I'm telling you, that's one of the main reasons I come here. I'm all about making money. And when I heard about this, I'm like, man.
Now we need to get into that education space to teach people how to do this, especially black folk who may not have the resources from their parents and grandparents that are like, hey, here go $500,000, go invest, right? Especially people who are barely making it, knowing that, well, I can afford a $30,000 tiny house with a $300 a month payment. If I'm gonna make $2,000 to $3,000 a month off of it, this is something that can put me in a position to save and then grow and do more. For most people, don't have the means to go out and get a house for $100,000, $500,000, depending on what part of the country you live in. Most people are just struggling to make ends meet, but this is doable, right? I know you are in the mobile home space. That's doable as well. A lot of people don't know about that, about how that may be easier to get into from a cost perspective. So I'm thinking bigger than just dealing with hosting people, and then teaching people also how to do it in the hood, right? Gotcha. That is another thing, is that people may think, well, don't nobody want to come to my neighborhood. Well, this is the tourist attraction, right? So my neighborhood might not be the attraction, but they want what I got, right? So if you want what I got, you're going to have to come to my neighborhood. And that's the way I look at it. This is the prize. This is the experience. If I can show people and teach people that regardless of where you live, I was even looking at some property in Detroit, because I wanted to replicate this and show people that if you create an Instagrammable or a photo-worthy space, people are going to want to come to it because they've been to a hotel, they've been to different Airbnbs, different homes. Maybe they want a different experience that they can look back on and be like, hey, you remember when we stayed at such and such? That was really nice. I really like the art. Like, what if you could stay in an art gallery, right? You can.
So, Ansel, any like final words you want to share?
Final words. I want to do another interview where we can really sit down and talk more. Okay,
I would love that.
I want to say,
because I'm telling you, I'm gonna be your first student. I'm just waiting for that price so I can save my money up.
You so modest. I would say thank you for having me. If you guys are interested in learning about tiny houses, do the research. And also, understand that I bought this 2-bedroom house. My house is only that I live in, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 800 square feet. To a lot of people, that is a tiny house. So from a perspective standpoint, my 850 square feet is much more than these two tiny houses. I have more than enough space. You may not be where you want to be, but just get your foot in the door. Get you a property. Get you some land. Get you something to get your foot in the door. And I know you from Detroit. It's a whole lot of properties out there for a couple dollars, right? Get your foot in the door. Get you a little something, and then you can turn it into something special. Especially with platforms like Airbnb and social media, where people are constantly looking for something unique. There's a lady in Berkeley, California, who has a tent in her backyard on Airbnb. A tent.
Okay. All right.
Now, I ain't staying there.
That's what I'm saying.
She's right next to UC Berkeley, and people pay her $30 a night to sleep in the tent in her backyard.
Wow.
There's a guy who was down the street from Google. It's on the internet. He was renting out his tent down the street from Google headquarters. The article is still on the internet to this day. He rented out, he put his tent on Airbnb as a joke, and people were booking it so they could be right next to the Google headquarters. It's on the internet. You can look it up.
Wow.
People are renting tents. Come on now.
Wow. All right, guys. There you have it. And Ansel, y'all heard him. We're going to do another interview. He going to give me another interview. So I greatly appreciate you, Ansel Troy, for telling us about your Airbnb and your tiny home business. Guys, this is Kelly from Heels, Deals, and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course. I'll talk to you soon.